What's going on, YouTube? Back at it again with another story time video for y'all. Before I get started with this, I want to shout out my homie Justin, who was involved in this story. But anyways, the story takes place like 6-7 years ago. I was only like 12 years old. I'm 19 now, so I was either 12 or 13. But anyways, story starts back then. Me and my homie Justin were just hanging out one day, and he knew this guy that always left his door open. He was an older guy, and he used to keep those little dollar coins, like hundreds and hundreds of them. Every time we went over there, we would like cut grass for him and shit. But so we went to the dude's house and knocked on the door. He didn't answer, so we walked in, and Justin knew where all the dollar coins were and shit. So he walked in and grabbed a bunch of those dollar coins, but he must have moved them or whatever, because there was only like 30, 35, 40 of them. $40 worth of them. So we went and cashed them in at this little change place. You throw all the change in, and it gives you a receipt, and you bring it to the cashier, and they give you the money for it. So we ended up getting a little less than what we had to begin with. It was like $6 or $5 or something to exchange it from change into dollars. So we got the money, and we were just like, all right, what are we gonna do with this money? So we're like, yo, let's go to Walmart. Just on some dumb shit. And keep in mind, Walmart from my house and his house, because he only lived a couple blocks away from me, is like fucking like 5-6 miles away. It's like a 45-minute to an hour walk, if not more. And we're just dumb as hell, like, all right, let's go to Walmart. Just like whatever. So we go there, and on the way there, we were just talking about like, yo, what should we get, blah blah blah. We're like, yo, me and him just had got iPods. The iPod 5 was out at the time, like just came out, and we both had got them. So we're like, yo, let's go get some OtterBox cases for them, because those were popular and they're really good cases. They keep everything from breaking and shit. So we're like, yo, let's go buy some of those, not knowing those cases are like $60 to $100, or like at least $50, and we only had like $30 and some change. So we get there and we go to look, and not only did they not have the cases for the iPod 5, they were way more than we had. So we're like, all right. And in this Walmart that I have by my house, there's a Subway inside of it. And I think there's like a couple other things too, but we're like, fuck it, let's go get some Subway. So we get the Subway and we're eating it. And we're sitting there and we're talking. We're like, damn, bro, I really want those cases. Because we did have cell phones, and they had the OtterBox cases for the phones that we had, not our iPods though. So we're like, all right, let's just take those cases. So we go over there after we eat our Subway, after we're sitting there talking about doing it for like 45 minutes, getting scared as hell, little kids. So we go over there, and these cases, they're like held on with something, so you can't pull the case off the rack without a worker coming to take it off for you. So if you want to buy the case, you got to pull over a worker, and he'll use his fucking tool or key, whatever, and pull the thing off for you. But on the bottom of the case, and I'm not promoting, I'm not trying to tell you how to do this, I'm just saying, on the bottom of the case, you were able to pull it out. And actually, they don't even make it like that anymore, so you wouldn't even be able to do it like that. But you could unhook the bottom of the box and just slide the whole thing out. So we had fucking figured that out by just sitting there and looking at them and talking and whatever, trying to like look for people and shit to make sure nobody's looking at us. So my buddy Justin starts taking his out, and I'm standing, like, if he's right here doing his thing, you know, taking stuff, I'm standing right on the side of him so no one can see what he's doing. So he's doing that, he gets his out, and then he was just in the motion of doing it, so I'm like, yo, grab mine. So he reaches over and he gets my case. He has them in his hand, puts them in his hoodie pocket, one of those hoodies that has just like the double hand pocket in the front, just slides them in there right quick, and we walk like a couple aisles over. And a long time ago, when I was even younger than I was then, there used to be an exit through, like, there's a gardening section, and you used to be able to like exit through there, because people were just coming to get flowers or pots or shovels, whatever, would be able to walk through that door, get that stuff, and then just leave through there, because they weren't trying to go through the rest of the store. But apparently other people probably had that same idea, so that door was not there anymore at all. So we go into an aisle, and we put our cases on our phones and shit, just in case anybody like tried to check us or some shit. And me just being dumb, or I mean, I don't know, I wasn't even really thinking about it. I took my old case that I had off, which is like a $5 little Dollar General piece of crap, and I just tossed it on the shelf. When I did that, one of the secret shoppers is a person that dresses up like a regular person, doesn't have on any uniform or whatever, and he just walks around the store like he's shopping, looking for people doing bad shit or stealing. He walked past, and I didn't think anything of it because he looked like a normal guy. And really, all I was doing was taking my case off my phone and tossing it on a shelf. But he thought that by me tossing that on the shelf, I was stealing the case that I had. So he already got it in his head that we were stealing phone cases. And he went over to the aisle that we were in and looked and seen there was two empty boxes. And in the meantime of him looking, I'm like, yo, let's just walk out the side door by this gardening section. We would have never got caught if it wasn't for that, but I swore that I remembered that. So I'm like, all right, let's go over there. We go in there, we're walking around up and down the aisle. I'm like, where the fuck is this door, dude? I remember this door being here. The door wasn't there anymore. So we turn around and we're going to go out the front door. And as we're walking, some dude goes, hey, what are you doing? And in the middle of the like walking section to get to the front from the back, there was like a pile of soil, like a pallet of soil. So I'm like hiding behind it, like, and I'm like thinking in my head, I'm gonna hide my phone. I'm gonna hide my phone. He knows. I'm like, but then I'm like, as I'm thinking, it was like a split-second decision. I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna leave my phone here. What the fuck? So I put it back in my pocket, and he walks up to my friend, and I'm like, I'm not gonna leave my buddy to get fucked over and just dip on him. So I go over where he was, and the dude's like, where are the cases? And we're like, what are you talking about, dude? And he was like, the phone cases. You guys stole them. I seen you take it. Give them to me. And I'm like, we don't got cases. And he was like, all right, look, you either give me the cases or I'm going to call the police right now. We're like, all right, you got me. We take the cases off my phone. He's like, all right, come with me. And he's taking us to the front of the store to get us out, to kick us out of the store. And just me being dumb and asking a question, just being curious, I'm like, what are you going to do with the phone cases? He was like, well, actually, let me go back some. I'm getting tangled up here. We were walking. He was like, all right, you're going to return them to the electronics aisle. And I'm like, dude, please, man. I'm really not trying to get in trouble. It was a dumb idea. And I even tried to bribe the guy with the little bit of money I had left over. It was like fucking like $5. I'm like, dude, I'll give you some money if you just... And he was like, no, blah, 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 whatever. And he just was nice enough to just walk us out the store. But I'm like, what are you going to do with the phone cases? And he was like, I'm going to keep them, man. And I was like, you're really going to keep the phone case? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, we just got robbed for the stuff that we were trying to steal. Like, what the fuck? So I don't know whatever happened to him. I'm pretty sure that guy ended up just keeping him. He walks us to the front of the store at the door, and he's like, all right, don't come back anymore unless you're with a parent. And we're just like, all right. And we left. But if you guys are wondering, we did come back at like a month later, and we ended up getting some phone cases. Being dumb as hell, being kids, we had to come back. It wasn't over for us, and that guy must have not been working that day, and we ended up getting our cases. But that's the end of the story. If you like the story, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. But one more thing. Don't do any things I said in this video. I like to make these story times videos because I like to look back on dumb shit I did, and just because I think it's interesting and it's fun for me to make a video. But I don't want anybody else out there who's watching this stuff to do this stuff. This stuff is well old. I can't get in trouble for it anymore, or I already did if I'm telling the story. It's not okay to do dumb shit. Don't do it. You're going to get yourself in trouble or worse. Just don't do it. I don't recommend it. But have a great day.